So let's dive deeper into the individual phases of this risk analysis process.
If we start with the definition of the criteria, and we can actually call them ethics, safety, security, and regulation, or ESSR criteria, right? Let's start with transparency and accountability. This is very important because we need to know how an AI model was trained and put out on the market, what data was used, and even how it makes its decision. This is not always completely possible, and of course there are different licenses on the market, and it's not always necessary to know everything, but as engineers and experts, we need to take the right measures and the right steps to ensure that we have that. And this helps us with having clear accountability, which, if something goes wrong, ensures that we know who takes the liability and the responsibility. And then there are other criteria as well that it's important to have safety and security in place of the models, right?
Right, because the human always needs to be considered in the equation. And safety and security, as well as privacy, is an incredibly important thing to keep into context when we're developing models, or the way they handle data, or the way they interact with an actual human in their environment.
And interacting with the human should be the same no matter who the human is.
Absolutely.
And that's why we need to have fair and unbiased models and fair and unbiased treatment, and as much as possible data that we use in the training and the creation of these applications.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So once we define all these criteria, and they can apply in a different way and have different level of importance depending on the application. And for example, an AI model used in entertainment would be we would care less so about its ethical criteria compared to one that's used in a healthcare setting. And that's where we come to our risk areas.